Alrighty, here's our second video lesson. Make sure you record using the guide, note guide. If you need more paper, use additional paper or additional note guides. That's up to your discretion. So here we go. How do you organize data of students with cell phones that also have MP3 players? So we're looking at data again, statistics. And we're looking at two-way tables this time. In this lesson, you'll learn how to construct a two-way table by collecting and organizing data from a verbal description. Let's review. Vocabulary. Two-way table shows data that pertain to two different categories. Here's an example. So we've got cell phone and MP3 player here. So people who have a cell phone would be here. Total with the cell phone. No cell phone, total with no cell phone. And then total altogether, total sampled. MP3 player would be here on the rows, right? So columns are up and down, rows are side to side. So MP3 player and a cell phone would be here, cell phone and MP3 player. This box here would be cell phone but no MP3 player. So no MP3 player but a cell phone. And then total with the cell phone. This would have MP3 player only because they don't have a cell phone. No cell phone, but they have an MP3 player. No cell phone or MP3 player. So no cell phone and no MP3 player. And total with no MP3 players, total with MP3 player. And then total sampled. So you'd add these two columns and you'd get the total sampled, or you can add these two columns and get the total. You want to do both just to double check. So these two added up will get you a total. These two added up will get you a total. You want to make sure they're the same. Okay, cool. A survey of 8th graders at a middle school found that 73 students own a cell phone and 60 of those students also own an MP3 player. There are 9 students that do not own a cell phone but own an MP3 player. 8 students do not own either device. Okay, so you would fill this in like this. So just like the other one before, you'd create a table. Okay, so we're going to skip ahead, but we're going to do an example later. Okay, so cell phone, MP3 player. So it said 60 had a cell phone and MP3 player. All right. And the data told us that there were 73 total with the cell phone. So now you can deduce the information from here. So there's 73 here. So 73 minus 60 would be 13. Okay, it also told us some more information, these two in blue. So if we go across here, 60 plus 9 would be 69. Okay, now we have this one. We can continue. 13 plus 8 would be 21. So students with the MP3 player, the total would be 69. No MP3 player, the total would be 21. So let's continue going on. We've got 9 and 8 now. 9 and 8 is 17. And then we're going to see if our totals match up. So 69 plus 21 equals 90. 73 plus 17 equals 90 as well. So we're all matched up. So the total number of students sampled would be 90. So that'd be like a community or a grade level. So we can now tell information from here. We have cell phone total that own a cell phone 73. No cell phone 17. No MP3 player 21. MP3 player 69. In this lesson, you have learned how to construct a two-way table by collecting and organizing data from a verbal description. Okay, now let's try one together. So guided practice. So a survey was conducted to see if students get an allowance and if they have to do household chores. Of the 12 students that received no allowance, 5 of them have no chores. There are 17 students who do chores and receive an allowance, while 6 students get an allowance without doing any chores. Construct a two-way table to display this data. Okay, so this is allowance. So we're going to start at the first sentence again. Of the 12 students that receive no allowance, 5 of them have no chores. So what you're going to do is you're going to write your table out first. So go ahead and pause the video and draw your table. Let's go back to that first sentence again. Of the 12 students that receive no allowance, 5 of them have chores. So we need to label chores, no chores, total. Allowance, no allowance, total. So of the 12 students that receive no allowance, so there's 12 students that receive no allowance. So that would be here, right? 12 students. Of the 12 students that receive no allowance, 5 of them have no chores. So now you're going to look here. No allowance, 5 of them have no chores. Well, that would go there. There are 17 students. Oh, first, so we look here. So we know that there's 12 here. So if this is 5, what is this going to be? Okay, so we have to subtract 12 minus 5 is what? 7. Because 7 plus 5 is 12. So now we have no allowance, but they do chores, 7 of them. Okay, now we're moving on to the next sentence. There are 17 students who do chores and receive an allowance. So there are 17 students who do chores and receive an allowance. So chores and allowance right here. While six students get an allowance without doing any chores. So 6 students get an allowance without doing any chores. No chores, but they get an allowance. And then 17 plus 6 equals 23. So 23 students get an allowance. 17 of them do chores, 6 of them no chores. All right, so now we can just do our totals. So chores, column, right? So 17 plus 7 is what? 24. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 students do no chores. 24 do chores. And then our total, 23 plus 12 is 35. 24 plus 11 is 35. So 24 and 11 is 35, 23 and 12 is 35. So there's 35 students. That's like a class. They surveyed a class. Okay, so if you have any questions, make sure you write that on your note page so you can bring them to a lesson. Or if you need to request a lesson, please let me know. Continue working on what you need to work on. Again, if you needed to pause the video, rewatch the video, you can do that at any time. Have a good day.